Welcome to another edition of Breaking News brought to you by Source Selection Soundbites. Today we will discuss the case of C2C Solutions, Inc., or C2C decided at the GAO. In this acquisition, the Department of Health and Human Services had requirements for oversight and auditing support. Before publishing the solicitation, a potential competitor, Advanced Med Corporation, informed the agency that it may have an impaired objectivity OCI because an award to it would mean it needed to evaluate the performance of its parent corporation. The contracting officer initially rejected the OCI mitigation plan as inadequate due to its lack of implementation details, but suddenly, and without much explanation, the CO accepted their OCI mitigation plan and made the award to Advanced Med Corporation. Upon learning of the agency's actions, C2C protested. According to the protester, the government acted unreasonably in concluding that the amended mitigation strategy presented in the letter from Advanced Med Corporation was acceptable due to its generic and non-specific nature. The record shows that in contrast to the contracting officer's initial deliberate evaluation of the conflicts posed by award to Advanced Med and its mitigation strategies, the record reflects a seemingly last-minute and hasty acceptance of Advanced Med's amended mitigation strategy, which itself comprised a single sentence. The government argued that its actions were acceptable because Advanced Med Corporation offered several possibilities to resolve the OCI. The conflicted work would be ordered at some time in the future, so immediate resolution was not required, and the government had reserved the right to terminate the contract if any untenable situations arose. En route to finding against the government, GAO noted that the government's arguments are contrary to the terms of the solicitation, and the government's contemporaneous consideration of Advanced Med's conflicts were inadequate. GAO noted that sections H and M of the RFP established that the government would not enter into a contract with an entity that has the potential for an unresolved OCI. This requirement expressly applied to the Medicare Part C and D related work. In terms of inadequacy, the GAO found that it is readily apparent that the amended plan lacks the necessary level of detail to reasonably assess the viability of Advanced Med's mitigation approach. While the plan identified 3 potential approaches to mitigate the identified conflicts, there are no details explaining how any of the plans would work or when they would or could be implemented. This lack of detail is significant given the inherently complex nature of the proposed strategies, which could involve divestiture of a large corporate entity. Given these facts, the protest was sustained against the agency. Now let's address a few of the lessons learned from this protest. They include 1. Once an agency has given meaningful consideration to potential conflicts of interest, the GAO will not sustain a protest challenging a determination in this area unless the determination is unreasonable or unsupported by the record. 2. If the agency reverses course on an initial OCI determination, it should be thoroughly explained and documented. And 3. The mitigation plan must provide sufficient details so that agency officials can evaluate the viability of the suggested approaches. In this episode of Source Selection Soundbites, we discuss the C2C case, impaired objectivity, and the principles of writing and evaluating OCI mitigation plans. This concludes today's Source Selection Soundbite. If this video was helpful, hit the like and subscribe button to ensure you don't miss any new material. If you want more details on the subject, they are available on the Source Selection Answer app. It contains lectures, quizzes, court cases, sample documents, and more material that allows practitioners to quickly obtain actionable knowledge. Thanks for watching. See you next time.